Hi everyone, it's Lights Out 7 here with some Week 8 fantasy takeaways. So we're going to start with Green Bay at Arizona on Thursday night, and my biggest takeaway here is obviously the injury to Kyler Murray. How does that affect things going forward? I think it bumps up James Conner and Chase Edmonds a little bit. I think Kyler Murray's going to run less and maybe look for the shorter options. Hopkins will be safe because he's got that short A dot. Carolina at Atlanta. I thought this game was very strange one, really, because you would have banked on Matt Ryan at home to produce, but he kind of flunked a little bit. Calvin Ridley not being there. I think they doubled Pitts. I can see that going forward a lot more, and they leaned on the running game, so Mike Davis comes relevant, I think, going forward. Tennessee at Indianapolis, good game. We all thought this would be a high-scoring game, and it produced. Biggest takeaway here, I think Wentz is a play pretty much every week. He's low-end QB1, really, regardless of weapons. Hilton came back, didn't do much left. Pittman is going to be strong. We've already said to buy low on him. That window's shut. And yeah, Pascal, some of the tight ends, and Hines. I think Pascal and Hines might pick up some of the work from Hilton going forward, so we'll have a look at that. Miami at Buffalo, next game. Strange game, this one. I think Allen threw for 30 odd passes and Sanders didn't catch a ball, which is strange. But the biggest takeaway I have here is Dawson Knox missing. Cole Beasley looked like, in those kind of four receiver sets now without the tight end. It wasn't Sweeney who came in and got the Dawson Knox targets. It was Beasley and Gabriel Davis, so I'll be keeping an eye on that. As we thought, even in a good game script, the running backs for Buffalo are relevant. Cincinnati at New York Jets, the game everyone's been talking about all week. It was a good one. Went back and forth in the fourth quarter. Massive interception by Joe Burrow late in the fourth, changed the game. But it was the Mike White show. Jameson, Crowder, even Elijah Moore look good. I want to see if this is a 1 week thing, though. They go to Indianapolis next, and I think Indy might take out the frustration of that loss that we just talked about on the Jets. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Michael Carter's the only one you could start with confidence. I think wouldn't surprise me at all. Pittsburgh at Cleveland was a bit of a boring game. As we thought, again, another one that we said would be low scoring. We did say Dearness was a flex, but he only had 4 or 5 touches with Chubb coming back, and I think that was him getting eased back as well. Although he didn't really see that volume even when Hunt was available, but I'll be interested to see what happens with Dearness the next couple of weeks. Philadelphia went to Detroit and absolutely dismantled them. Strange game. Hurts didn't have to do anything. So the running backs, the takeaway here really is Boston Scott is the number one, and the first 15 plays it was all Scott. They went up, then it became the Scott and Howard show, and it slowly moved to Howard as it became a blowout, and then it went to full blowout in the second half, and Kenny Gainwell got in. So Boston Scott's the back there to play when Sanders is out. Ellie Rams at Houston. This one got out of hand earlier as well. The takeaway here from the Houston backfield is absolutely nightmare. Now, we thought Ingram, he left 20 touches. And I don't know if it was just a one-off game. We're very looking carefully at this Miami game next with that backfield, but you can't play anyone now in that game. And I was looking to play DJ, if I'm honest, in this game. Holding him through the Rams game and playing him in Miami, I don't think you can do that now. San Francisco at Chicago is a cracker. Nice to see Justin Fields come back and make it a game. But, the takeaway really for me is Deebo Samuel. He is a locked in at top 5 wide receiver in the Cup conversation. He's just been great. And I don't think it matters what quarterback's going to be there. Although, at the moment, Jimmy loves him. So no Kittle means Deebo performs. I think Herbert's going to have a role when Monty gets back. I think we've talked about that already, but this is just cementing it more. Damian Williams is irrelevant. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens when Monty gets back to Khalil Herbert. I think it'd be 50-50. Patriots at LA Chargers. Now, this one was another good game, But the takeaway for me here really was Mike Williams is playing hurt. He's either playing hurt or they took him away, and I don't think they actually took him away. You talk about Bill Belichick taking away their number one option, but actually it didn't feel like every time that the ball was thrown to him, it was a couple of guys on him. He just looked like he was playing hurt. So Keelan Allen stepped up, Austin Eckler stepped up, and I'm afraid to say that Mike Williams does look a bit of a shell of the person we saw in the first couple of weeks. Jags against Seahawks. Now, takeaway here is that the Seattle run game looks dreadful, really. Even in a good game script against Jacksonville, Collins came in, had 7 or 8 carries straight away, got up to 35 yards quickly. Penny was awful. DJ Dallas and Homer split the catch and work. But Collins can't be trusted because he is off the field pretty much through third down and the 4-minute offense. Russell Wilson coming back will make the offense a little bit better, so you should see him down at the goal line. But I'm scared to play Collins for that. I don't think he's got the upside. So disappointing to see them using so many backs still. Tampa Bay at New Orleans, I think Taysom Hill comes in straight away, runs the ball like he did last year. Probably takes a little bit off Kamara's ceiling, but although nobody really wants to talk about that yet. But that is something that I'll be looking to see. And the catches, obviously, from the checkdowns from Kamara might not be there. Washington at Denver. Washington, McKissick is the number one there. So Gibson's role is slowly decreasing. I think Patterson's come in and looked good. McKissick's the only one you could play at the moment comfortably in any format. His usage is pretty good. Dallas at Minnesota. I was looking at these tight ends carefully now. Jarwin looked like he had a couple more targets than normal. Don't know if that was Cooper Rush. Tyler Conklin looks, out of the 3 tight ends in question there with Jarwin, Schultz and Conklin, actually Conklin looks the one I would want to go forward, especially with Michael Gallup coming back. Even though Dak's going to come back, might take a little bit off Dalton Schultz, so maybe he could turn into a bit of a tight end streamer instead of a must-start going forward. New York Giants at the Kansas City Chiefs was another good game. We thought it might be because one team was trending up and one team was trending down, but actually, they met in the middle and the Chiefs came out on top. But Kelsey does not look like the old Kelsey, which is a shame for those who drafted him first round. However, he's still going to play him. I actually think he's a sneaky buy low still, if you can get him off someone and don't have to pay that premium price. The Chiefs will bounce back. They're 4-4 now. Denver look like they're going the wrong way. Vegas have had a week off, and let's see how that affects them. But I think the Chiefs, with that win now, even though it was a scrappy win, they'll bounce back to the normal. So yeah, buy low. See you later.